Hey everyone, Kyle here from GoatFilmReviews.com and Kyle and Nick on Film on YouTube, bringing you another first reaction. This time it's from Escape Room Tournament of Champions. This is the sequel to the Escape Room film that I think was maybe 2018. I know this film was supposed to come out last year, and then it was moved to this year, and then it was bumped up to earlier this year, and finally it's out. I honestly couldn't remember what day it was going to be out, and then I just saw it on the AMC app. So initial things about this, compared to the first film, I don't think this film is going to sway you if you weren't a fan of the original Escape Room. I don't think it's going to convince you that this is a franchise for you. Either you liked the first film, and I think you'll like this one, or you didn't like the first film, and I don't think you'll like this one. It's very much the same kind of stuff, typical horror slasher elements. Let's talk about the things I really like about it. I like the inventiveness of the rooms. These people are very clever, but that's also because they've won. It's kind of like heightening the stakes. You've got these 5 returning champions, if you will, playing again. And I really like that the rooms are a little bit tougher. In the first film, I was figuring stuff out along with them. In the second film, I was kind of just along for the ride more because I really struggled to figure out how they were coming up with these elaborate guesses, if you will. The only thing I don't like about that Tournament of Champions idea is that I don't really feel like it's fully realized at the end of the film. There's no reason why we're bringing these people back, except for the fact that our two leads are both trying to take down Minos, and maybe this is their way to like bring in Tournament of Champions as a reason to do that. But I would like to know more about our other 4 characters in their backstories, like why were they chosen to return to the escape room. We kind of get why the first 2 were, but why were these ones chosen for that? I did like the inventiveness of that. I also like the fact that this film felt a lot more of a team kind of competition. In so many other films, and I love the Saw franchise, but that franchise does it consistently, where there's the ability to showcase people acting in a team to solve the puzzle, and in almost every Saw movie, they never end up doing the teamwork thing. In fact, there's a whole movie that literally, if they had worked as a team, they all would have survived, and they didn't choose to work as a team, and many of them died. And I like that in this film, these people are team players from almost the get-go. There's no like serious backstabbing like you get in even the first Escape Room. They're all kind of in it together, and I like that team aspect because it kind of makes it more believable that they would be able to solve these complex puzzles because you've got 6 unique minds going at it. So I like the puzzles. I like the kind of like game that's being played with that. Things I didn't like about the film, the believability factor. With that first film, I kind of related this franchise to like Final Destination, where like the believability is kind of out the window. You kind of have to accept the world that's been constructed, the mythology that's there. This is a company that is more powerful than any other company on the face of the earth, and you have to accept that to get into this film. The believability factor here gets a little bit further, where I can see it testing those limits a little bit, kind of like how Fast 9 did the same thing, where it's like you're crossing over where like that believability factor might get closer to stupidity, and I hope that this third film, if they ever do a third film, that it kind of course corrects. Another thing I didn't like about the movie is I absolutely hated the ending of this movie. And the reason why was because I felt like the first film had a really unique ending for me, where I actually felt like, okay, this is really cool where we're going to go with the sequel, because they were going to like turn the tables on Minos and like go after them. And the second film kind of picks up with the idea of that, and then it becomes very much similar to the first film. And the way that the film ends, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I felt like it was very much an ending that I loathe. And I'm trying to avoid saying why I loathe it. I loathe it because it kind of undoes some things that we really, really would have liked with it. There were some great reveals towards the end of the film, but the last final sequence, I thought you were going somewhere really cool, and you decided to stop off at some place that we've been before. And kind of I don't want to say a twist ending, but there's like twists and turns and reveals to it that just, we've seen them done before, and when those things end a movie, the follow-up usually sucks because of it. So that concerns me a lot. I really did not like the way the film ended. Taylor Russell, I think she's a tremendous actress, and I really like her in both of these films. I even like Logan Miller. I usually kind of don't like his character choices because he kind of plays really unlikable people. I like his trajectory in these movies. And I really liked kind of the new characters that we were introduced to. I just don't think we delved enough into their past. So there's a lot of stuff I liked and disliked about this movie. It's probably not as good as the first one, but I do think in terms of a horror movie sequel, it's pretty close to the level of the first one. That's why I say if you like the first one, I think you'll like this one. I think you'll find some good stuff in there. If you didn't like it, I don't think you'll like this one. But one thing I can say about it is that just like the first film, I felt the entertainment and the intensity. And that's the most important thing about these movies. I'm not going for a Best Picture winner. I don't expect that. If it happens to be one, great. But if I go to an escape room movie, I want to be entertained and I want to feel the intensity. And there was a lot of times when I was like don't know what to do with my hands because I'm just so nervous for what's going to happen. And they really paced out the action sequence as well, and they really paced out the intensity of the film. I felt the intensity, and that's my favorite part of the first movie, was that I felt like I was a part of the game. I did feel like I was a part of the game in the sequel. So those are my quick thoughts about it. I ran a little long here, but what I thought about Escape Room Tournament of Champions. If you get a chance to check it out this weekend, let me know in the comments section down below. You can also follow me on Facebook at Goat Film Reviews. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Almighty Goatman. You can follow this channel right here, like and subscribe, and you can find the website www.goatfilmreviews.com for my over 1,000 film reviews and thoughts on the industry. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you at the next one.